Welcome back to Big Stevie Cool 1872. We're walking through the woods, so there's no other better time to talk about the big man, or should I say, wee man, that wee midfield maestro that we all love, Nico Raskin, right? So, Nico Raskin, folks, Nico Raskin, linked with a move to Leeds today. Right, now, to me, there could be truth in it, there might not be truth in it. Obviously, it's kind of just, it's a bit lazy to just be like, oh, he's linked to the team that's connected in our takeover Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised if Nico Raskin ended up at Leeds. I wouldn't be, but I think what we're here to discuss more is what would we demand, right? What would we demand? And also, should we accept it, right? Let's be honest, folks, right? We don't want to lose our best players. That is a given. But, you look at the last bunch of years, right, at this football club. We have had a lot of good players, right, that end up teetering off or just leaving for peanuts or hee-haw. See the one, we haven't sold a player for good money in 3 years. But let's be honest, honestly. Since the summer of 2022, when we got rid of Bassi and Aribo, that's the last time we got real, serious money for players, man. And honestly, that is what you need to be aiming. So, I'm hearing talk of 20 million. I see if it's 15 or 20. We've got to accept it. Because, see, at the end of the day, see, as good as I think Raskin is, you sell Raskin for 20 and see, well, this is the dilemma. See if there's actual genuine people thinking that we're going to sell Raskin. What you need to do, I wouldn't play him the next 3 games. I know people are like, oh, that's going to just decrease his transfer value. I don't think it is, right? And secondly, folks, the future. I want Bailey Rice to play. If Raskin being sold frees up Bailey Rice to get more game time next season, I don't mind that, because Bailey Rice, for me, honestly, he looks like he can be a part of this Rangers midfield, but also at the same time, it means you have 20 million. We're not going to spend 20 million on one player, of course we're not, but you can strengthen, you know what I mean? And it's like Diamonde's a good player. Bailey Rice, Connor Barron can definitely have a role to play at Rangers Football Club. He's problem is with Barron, he's not very good going forward. But see cutting out the passing lanes at the back, he's very good at that. He is. I have been critical of the guy, but all it takes is a good manager to work out what to do with him. Right, there's some players that just aren't gifted in certain areas, like going forward. But see if Connor Barron, right, is utilised. I think Connor Barron, honestly, is best utilised in games in Europe and against Celtic, right? And maybe, since, for example, Hibs are in good form at Easter Road, right? Those sort of games where we'll get attacked a wee bit more than we usually will, and he's there to snuff out the passing lanes at the back. Because against Bilbao, for me, he was easily one of our best players. He was so bad going forward, but he was saving us goals and shots at the back being conceded, and that's really all you can ask for. So I think it just takes someone to know what they're doing to get the best out of him. It's quite that simple, and there's a lot of players like that. There's a lot of players that you think they're they're in that position, then they get a slight change and they're suddenly better. Now, I know he's more of a centre mid, and I think the role he could be as a CDM, but you see Joe Linton came into Newcastle as a striker, finds out he's actually better as a centre mid. Then you've got, I remember Francis Coughlin, he was a left mid at Arsenal. Arsenal didn't buy anyone during the winter, was it 2014, 13, whatever. And then, they played him as a CDM, and it worked for a decent period of time. Obviously, with Connor Barron, I think it's more in specific games. He works rather, because we know what it is, man. We've always complained, right, in recent years about playing free midfielders, holding midfielders against the dross in the league. Now we've got a situation where we're playing 5 at the back against the dross in the league, so it needs to be dropped out. But I think Connor Barron, Bailey Rice, Mohamed Diamonde, I'd probably keep Hadji as well. If you sell Raskin for 20 million and bring in a couple of decent, I don't want to see Bailey Rice's progress halted, but honestly, man, if we're getting 20 million, for Nico Raskin, man, as good as he is, we need to move him on. It would be ridiculous not to move him on. Ideal world, you'd keep him, right? And you'd be able to spend, 20 million anyway and, rebolster this team. But that might not happen. But, yeah, what do you guys think? Personally, I think we've just got to accept it and move on with Nico Raskin. And obviously, there's nothing concrete in this. Just like I said, it's probably just lazy. But I think there's ways of sorting the team out and actually getting it well drilled. And, obviously, it looks like the manager, I don't want to speak too much on it because I feel like you could make about 20 manager fids a day. But what's his name? Danny Roll. He just got sacked for Sheffield Wednesday. 40% win ratio. That's not Rangers quality, man. Not that actually screams to me. Neil Critchley. See, back in December, I called it out of Hearts, man. I was like, or was it November? I was like, that guy's no Hearts quality. This guy's nowhere near Rangers quality, man. If we're not signing our players for the depths of the English Championship, we're signing our managers. Honestly, be careful what you wish for, man. The amount of people are like, I don't want Mourinho, he's done. I don't want Gerrard, he left us. I don't want him. Well, maybe apart from Russell Martin, they're all better than Danny Roll, whoever his name is. Danny the Fanny. Anyway, I'd sell Nico Raskin, 20 million, big bucks. If it's true, mind you. If it's not, then we're keeping the wee man. Belgian international. I just cannot wait for the summer, man. Transfer feds, takeover, 90% talk. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.